Welcome back, football fans. It's time to make our power rankings adjustment. This is going into week 2 of the NFL season. We are post week 1. There were ups, there were downs, there were teams that surprised us in good ways and teams that surprised us in bad ways. We're going to start from the top and work our way down with the Kansas City Chiefs, and they're not moving anywhere close to moving out of that number 1 spot. You had Patrick Mahomes full form. They had the run game going. They had the defense flying. They had 8 different people touch the rock in the receiving game, including Patrick Mahomes himself. They went out there. I said they usually start slow. They really surprised me yesterday. I guess they went out there. They said, you know what? We're playing an AFC opponent. This is going to be a big game for the rankings down the line. Let's get it done. Let's set the tone for the season. And that's what they went out there and did. They absolutely set the tone for the season against our number 2 spot, the Baltimore Ravens, who are going to move down a spot. They're going to move down a spot. I'm going to put them in the 3, and I'll tell you who's going to move up into the 2 in just a moment. They looked Lamar Jackson-esque. I don't know if that makes any sense to you. He was in the pocket. He didn't look comfortable. I don't know if it was the wide receivers couldn't get open. I don't know if it was they only retained 2 starting linemen, 2 Pro Bowl starting linemen. They only retained 2 starting linemen. Lamar looked a little twitchy out there. He looked a little ready to jump the gun, get out of the pocket, and start running, which he did well, and he will always do well. So it worked out for them. I just think down the line, it hurt. They had a play in the red zone, got a little twitchy. One thing, I don't know why they were soloing Chris Jones. Soloed Chris Jones, forced him out the right side of the pocket. Had it forced him up the middle, he would have had Zay Flowers wide open touchdown. Instead, it forces him outside. He has to throw it. And then we all know he overthrows Zay Flowers on that play. The next play, Isaiah Likely, foot a little too big. They lose by inches. So I'm moving the Ravens down into 3 and up into the 2 spot. We are moving the San Francisco 49ers. They went out there against the Jets and looked absolutely ready for another Super Bowl run. No Christian McCaffrey, no problem. What is his name? Jordan Mason, absolute dog. Now, I'm to the point where is he an absolute dog? I mean, he was running like a bat out of hell, don't get me wrong. I think he's absolutely a talented back. I think that O-line and the blocking from the team as a whole is absolutely insane. They showed one play where the line opened up 3 holes. 2 backers came down to fill 2 of them. George Kittle and Debo went and chip blocked them. It created a straight line to the end zone. It was absolutely ridiculous. It was perfectly played. This team is clicking on all cylinders. The run game, the pass game. Brock Purdy's back there driving his little bus, doing what he can, protecting the ball as much as possible. The defense is flying. That is a number 2 ranked team in my eyes. So 1 Chiefs, 2 49ers. Ravens move down to 3. Number 4, we have the Houston Texans. Now they're actually going to stay here. I didn't move them up. I didn't move them down. I think they did solid. I think there are some things they can work on. And once they work on those things, I can see them breaking into the top 3. CJ Stroud looked good. The receiving core looked good. Joe Mixon is an absolute dog. Shout out to me for trading him in fantasy because I thought he was going to fall off. How smart am I? Um, the defense was flying. They gave up some boom plays. They gave up some quarterback runs. They gave up some runs to the running back. They're gonna get that together in season. That defense is going to become elite. It was a division game against the Colts, and I do not think the Colts are pushovers. I think this is Anthony Richardson saying, "Hey, I'm here. I've arrived. Let's get it done." Texans at 4. Number 5, the Detroit Lions. Now, you would think I would move them up, but I'm not going to. I think the Rams are a great team. I think they're a great coach team. I think they have a lot of potential. Puka going down sucks. They barely beat a team with 1 wide receiver, a running back, an elite quarterback on his 4th string O line, and he still dropped back and passed it for 49 attempts. That's insane. Now, the defense was getting back there. They got to this point where they started playing zone, and the Lions looked like they lost their identity. But that overtime drive where they just pounded the rock up the middle over and over and over and over and over and over again. That's the Lions' identity. That's hard-nosed, gritty football. They're gonna get it done. They're gonna fight to the end. What is it? What is it? Dan Campbell said they're going out there and biting knees. That was a real knee biter right there. That's what that meant. That's what a knee biting game looks like. They grinded it out. They got it done. Lions staying at 5. At number 6, another team not moving anywhere. We have the Miami Dolphins. Shout out Dade County Police. You woke up a demon. This year started off insane. Tyreek Hill arrested before the game. Came out, 80-yard tud to the house. He's an absolute menace, a force to be reckoned with. With him and Jalen Waddle, I think the sky is the limit. What did they start? Was it down 17-0? It was down like 14, like something at least. They battle back. They're resilient. The defense stood tall. The offense did what they needed to do. They go out there. They win that game. Why are they not moving up above the Lions? I think them starting slow is why I'm not going to move them. I think I like how the Lions started a little bit more, and I'm not going to move them down. Because in our 7th place spot, the Eagles are moving down to 8, and the Dallas Cowboys are moving up to 7. Dallas, I'm sorry. I doubted you. The spread for the game was 3.5 Browns. Y'all went out there. Y'all paid Dak $60 million. Y'all said, y'all go out here and do this for the brand. And they went out there and did that. Dallas looked good. Dak looked good. The receiving core looked good. Ezekiel Elliott looked good. Now, this is my favorite part. This is where I thought the fall off was going to be. The defense was absolutely flying. Eric Kendricks looked solid in the defense. They got, what's his name over there? They call him Agent O or Agent Zero, something like that. His last name starts with an O. Absolute dog, was flying to the ball like an absolute menace. And we love to see that. We love defense around here, baby. We're going to talk about it. I love to see it. You had Diggs back on the field, missed him. Interception at the end of the game. Browns looked absolutely awful. Browns looked terrible. And that is why we are moving the Eagles to 8. And we are moving the Browns out of the top 10. I don't know what the Browns' problem was. They looked terrible. Quarterback play awful. Wide receiver play awful. Njoku out there trying to do it all. Defense, I mean, getting torched. Blowing coverages. Get out of my top 10. Number 8, the Philadelphia Eagles take over that number 8 spot. I moved them down one. Not because they did terrible. I think because the Cowboys deserve to be above them. They went out there and actually dominated their opponent, who was a playoff team last year. Eagles struggled with their opponent, who was a playoff team last year. I think the Browns, this is a story we'll get into another time. Eagles go out there. I think Jalen Hurts struggled a little bit. Defense was flying. Saquon Barkley has arrived. A.J. Brown has arrived. The whole team has arrived. Jalen Hurts just has to protect the ball. And this could be a Super Bowl run. Eagles at 8. At number 9. Let's see if these are moving down at all. Ooh. At number 9, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Baker went out there and inserted dominance. Now it was against a rookie quarterback. Now that rookie quarterback was absolutely hooping. 4 tuds, no turnovers. What was it, 144 QBR? The defense was flying. The offense was flying. The run game was there. You love to see it. I think this is, you know what the Rams were last year? A team that's always going to pester you. I think that's what the Bucs are this year. It's kind of what they were last year, but I think it's magnified now. I think they're a lot better. I think they have found their identity. At number 10, now we kind of ran into a crossroads, but I'm going to stand on business. The Bengals are out. The Falcons are out. 1, the Bengals. I don't know what y'all did. Y'all looked awful. 10, the Falcons. Absolute frauds. Don't know why I had them in the top 10. I was furious when I saw the way they played, and Falcons fans should be too. How much for Kirk Cousins to go out there and absolutely piss down his leg? How much money for the quarterback that they went and bought? They went and bought all these pieces to make a Super Bowl run, and Kirk Cousins just pisses down his leg. You love to see it. In at number 10, and this pains me to say, the Buffalo Bills. Now, they got worse all over on the ball, worse at wide receiver, worse on defense. You know where they didn't get worse at? You know where I think they might have got better at? Quarterback. Josh Allen, oh my God, was I ecstatic when he fumbled that ball the first drive of the game. I tweeted, I said, football's back. Josh Allen had a turnover. He then proceeded to shut me up. 4 touchdowns. It was glorious. He was running the rock. He was slanging the rock. I think Josh Allen alone gets the Bills in the top 10. So here's our official top 10 recap going into week 2. We have the Chiefs at 1, the 49ers at 2, the Ravens at 3, the Texans at 4, the Lions at 5, the Dolphins at 6, the Cowboys at 7, the Eagles at 8, the Bucks at 9, and the Bills at 10. Y'all let me know if someone is too high or too low down in the comments. Don't forget, like and follow.